Hello my planner pals and welcome back, and if you're new here then thank you for joining me and giving me a try. My name is Di, I am here at Creative Karma Design, and today we've got another edition of use all of the stickers in the sticker book. I do these typically before I use my sticker book so that I can give you ideas on what are, let's face it, sometimes very weird or just odd stickers that Happy Planner put in their sticker books, or specifically maybe themes that you want to change, do something different with, or alter in some way so that you don't have to throw them out, that you can actually use all of the things in your sticker book in some way. Because you've paid money for this, use the sucker. Use the sucker. All right, so we're going to go over Let Your Heart Wander. So this is kind of, I like to call it earthy tones. There's jewel tones, there's earthy tones, and gold. Gold, I think it's just gold. Oh, there is some silver. Yeah, there's gold and silver. So there's some metallics, but it's earthy tones, and it's got kind of this earthy vibe to it, like a boho vibe. So I know that some people, they don't like that vibe. So although a lot of this you can use completely fine as is, I'm just going to show you a few ways that you can adjust things to suit a different vibe. Okay, so the first thing that I will say is a lot of these boxes have like words or like text. They've got like a text on the top of them. I'm feeling real life noted. If you don't like that, cut that off. Cut that off right here, and then use the bleed from here to make just a regular box without any text in it. That's one way that you can kind of take the text off of the box. You don't have to have the text on the box. For something like this, where you've got a very long box, this is a 3-inch box, and your standard vertical planner box is only 2.5 inches. You can just cut that down to your 2.5 inches rather than your 3. I'm not quite sure why they've gone with a longer box, but yeah, because that one's 2.5, but this one randomly is 3. Works great for a sidebar maybe, but just cut it down. Again, this one's 3. Doesn't have to be. Cut it to 2.5, cut it right there, and then stick that bit right there. You don't have to use it as is and have it longer than it should be. So these little things are weird. Says, you are brave. Now, I don't like the shape. What I would do with these, and what I will probably do with all of them, is a couple of things. So it's got you are brave on this kind of background, like a marbled background, and the you are brave is in gold, and there's a little gold fleck here. So what you can do, the first thing you can do is cut that there, so that when you put it on your page, you can just put it kind of like a little flag, and you've not got this little bit here. Save this little bit though, because this little bit can be a bullet somewhere else, so you can use it as bullets. If you want to use this as bullets rather than the oblong that it is, again, you can just cut that, and then you have some bullets. You can, again, they don't have to be that big, you can cut them thinner, but that's one way to use those weird oblong things. And then this, I don't know what you're going to do with that, but yeah, it's just a way to use those in a different way. I don't throw anything away. If I think I'm going to use it, I will put it back in the book. But you've got there like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 potential bullets, or 4 like flags. And you don't have to keep them as they are. I mean, if that was like that, I could have just come in and flagged it that way and done a little regular flag instead. You don't have to keep them as oblongs if that's what they are. You know, you can cut it up and do something different. But decorative box, they're fine. If you don't like this, you can just put a box right there, and then you are golden. Same with these. If this feels too long, just cut it to the 2.5 inches, stick this bit onto there. These, same as the other one, cut the top, square it off. You can do a little flag, you can do a point, just change the sticker shape, because there's a lot of space around this. You can change the sticker shape. You're not forced to keep with the little oblong shape. So same as this one, as this, like you would cut this one to the 2.5 inches if you were using a vertical. But if you wanted to use this one, because unlike this one, it doesn't have this blank space, cut this, use this somewhere on your spread, and then you've got this bit to use on your spread somewhere else. Cut it into 2 different stickers. This, you can cut this bit off, use this square bit somewhere, use this little bit somewhere, and you've actually got almost like a little box that you can use somewhere else. This doesn't have to be as that. You can cut that up into a smaller thing and then use the black bit somewhere else. If this is too big, again, it's got this proud of me here. You don't have to have that. That's just a print. So I thought it was in silver, but it's not. But you can use the bleed here, cut this off and just put the bleed on there, and then you've got a regular box without any text on it. Again, just cut these up. They don't have to be oblongs. This you can cut up in a lot of ways. You can just use that little middle section there. You can just use the black section as it is. You can use a little bit of striped washi on both sides. But yeah, and then this bit, again, if I was cutting this up, use this kind of line here. Use this line as your guide. And then you've got 2 different stickers. You could even just cut that kind of there. Not that bit clearly, but that bit for some flowers. This, again, is 3 inches. Chop that bit off, and then you've got 2.5 here. It's weird how some of them are 3 inches. I don't know why, but if this doesn't work for you, all you need to do is cut, because it says goal, I did it, progress, blah, 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 is cut some sticker paper and put your sticker paper into that little bit. That's all you have to do. And it doesn't have to be sticker paper. Just take some label paper. Just take some regular paper and put a little piece of regular paper in there. Failing that, get your whiteout and put your whiteout in there. If you don't like the goal thing here, you can just use a little strip sticker, a little header or something. I'm sure there's headers later on in this book. You could even just put one of these little things in and put that in here on this little bit to cover the goal bit. If you wanted to, you could do the same thing that I just talked about, white out this bit, use the bleed, and then take the little goal bit off and use that instead. Just kind of double that over instead. But yeah, there's so many ways to make these work. Does it involve time? Yes, but you have the sticker, make it work. I like these. I like these for, and again, like I said, you've got a little header. Cut that out, put it on there. I like these with the little I'm feeling on because I use these in my wellness planner. But if I'm feeling doesn't work for you, take one of these, put it there instead. And these have the white around them. They don't have to. Cut that out. It's got like a stacked, I'm going to call it a stacked shadow of a lighter green underneath it. Cut towards the dark green, and then you can just put that straight on there. You don't have to have the white background. But yeah, and if it's too long, cut it, make it smaller. Same as these, cut it, make it smaller. It doesn't have to be the length that is shown here. And also, I mean, it sounds obvious, but you don't have to use the sticker this way. You can use them this way. You can use them that way. You can use them any way you want to, even if they have the text on them. It doesn't matter. This one has the text on it vertically anyway. So putting this one horizontal, it's not going to make any difference, right? Text here is vertical. Like, you're not forced to stay in this rigid, you have to have it vertical. Put it horizontal. Same with these. Like, it's so easy to just get kind of into this, oh, it's a header, it has to go this way. If I have a box, it has to go here. Who said? Put it there. Do something different. Think outside the box. Think outside the sticker book. Think outside the sticker book. Again, with these have silver foil on them. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a little kind of silver line. So there's a little silver lining on each one, and the reflection is in silver. If that doesn't work for you, you're going to take the bleed from here, cut it there, and then put the bleed there so that you just have a box. And then you could even just cut that bit out as well. I mean, you know, maybe you can actually get 2 boxes from this. All I would have to do is cut that there. I use that bleed there, and I use that bleed there. And then I have 2 boxes. You know, you're not forced to stay with the sticker that's in the book. Same again. Cut them. You can wipe that out. You don't have to keep this bit. Maybe you just put your white paper on that bit and you just wipe that bit out because you don't like the color that's in there. I like the "it's okay." It's so much better than "today was awesome." It's okay. Again, we got this text going up, going vertical up the box. Don't be afraid of doing something different. Now, here's the thing. If this bothers you and you absolutely cannot get down with the text being this way, but the lines are this way, that's okay. Bring it this way. Either put sticker paper in here or just use a white pen and white out those lines. If you absolutely have to have that text that way, and this is one of the things that I wish they would do. If they were doing something like this, I wish they would do a dot grid in here instead of lines so that we could have the opportunity to use this in different ways. Now, these, again, kind of like these, annoy me. I wish they were more kiss cut. And there's a very dark thing here with a white border around it. I know myself, I would have to cut around that white border, and I would just do it as best as I could. I wouldn't go ham on it, but I would do it as best as I could. The other thing that I would do with these is I like to have them like across things like that, or popping out underneath things. So one or the other. If I'm using it as is, if I'm putting it down on a page, I have to cut around it. Don't know, on its own. But if I'm putting it like this, then it's fine. I'll just have it popping out of a box or something, or put it inside a box and just kind of cut it there and have it as a little decoration. So if you're struggling to use these, that's one way that you can use them. All right, these. I know. I hate this shape, and I think a good 90% of the Happy Planner community hates these kind of tombstone type shapes. Here's the thing, you're not forced to stay with this shape. I've said this before, but use the bleed. Use the bleed. So you've got a nice little bit of bleed here. Cut this bit out from here. Put it on. And I would put it on right there. And have a shorter, narrower box. And then get rid of that bit completely. Put that somewhere else. I would not throw that bit away because, I mean, there's only 6. Is there any more of these? Yeah, there's another page. You can use these and redate your planner. Put them on the top of your page as redate, or I could use these as at the side of a box or something, like a little appointment thing or something. But I don't like them as is. I would rather they were 2 separate stickers. I hope that makes sense. And you don't even have to use the bleed. Just put another sticker there. Just put another sticker there, you know? And this is just a placeholder for any sticker. It doesn't have to be a box sticker, any sticker. These use as is. They are, I love those. I love words like that. Same, cut them, use them as 2 different stickers. And if this doesn't work, just put, again, just put sticker paper over it. You don't have to keep with the grid or whatever in there. Now, I like these. Again, it's just one of those weird things. I'm a bit of a weirdo. Power word. Choose one word to help motivate you. Now, I like this in my wellness planner, but if you're not using this for a wellness planner, what I would do is take this, cut that there, and you can literally see what I'm doing there. Cut that there, and you use that as an accent coming out the side of a box or something. Or you can cut it and use it hang on, as like a little header for a box. Is that the word I'm looking for? A little box header or something? I mean, you know, there's a literally a line there that you can have. I mean, I know it's like very pale, but you get the idea with that. You get the idea. But I like them. I like them, and I like that they're silver. I kind of like silver, but I wish they weren't foil altogether, but hey. Circles, I love them as is, but you're not forced to keep them as a circle. You can, if you want to, kind of cut them into half circles and use half circles, and then you've got two, and you can use them different places. I've said this before, but I like to cut the edge so that when they rest against the edge, they've got like a nested, I want to say a nested edge, even to the side of the page. Like just, yeah, think about them not as circles, but as two halves of circles. They can be quarters of circles. They can be little bullets. If you don't want connect, maybe you just take that little bit right there and you use it as a little bullet. And just use it as a little marker for something. And you don't have to use it on the outside of a box. Put it inside your box. Put it inside your box. Just put it, like I did earlier, on the inside of the page. You don't have to have it attached to something, is what I want to say. Now these, I equally love and equally think are ridiculous. Bear with me. I wish these were square. Wish this bit was square. Not this, again, weird tombstone thing. So for these, this is what I'm going to do. And I know I'm going to do it, not like I have done it, but I'm going to take this one. You know that was coming. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that. Now here, I have a habit tracker if I want to track a habit, or it can be a decorative element. And I just use it as a decorative element on a page, right? I can use it as a strip of washi. I can use it as a flag if I wanted to cut it like there and there and do a little pointy flag. I could even cut it here and do a wide pointy flag. Like there's so many options that I could cut that into to make it a decorative element, right? So there's that, or I could use it as a habit tracker as it is. This I could use as a bullet as is, put it on the top of my page, put it on the bottom of my page, and just white out the little bit that says habit. I could put it on the side of a box. I can put it on the top of a box and have exactly a longer tombstone than what I already had. I could put it on the inside edge of a box, like so. But my preference is to simply put it on the edge here and then put another box there so that I've got that, like a big, I like to call them a big bullet. But what I would also advise is you do that and have it a little less obvious. The other thing that you could do, now that I've completely ruined, oh, it's sticking. No, don't stick. The other thing that you could do is, if you like the fact that this is a habit tracker, but you don't like the roundness, I want to say, of this, cut that and then just put that there and have it as almost like a, I want to say like a tab on the top. If you really wanted to, you could just cut out the word habit and then have the word habit there and have it as just a little bit of text rather than a sticker. So yeah, I will say, I didn't mention it before, but these things, feeling happy, feeling proud, these things, I mean, they're tiny, but here's the thing, their arrow, their flags are inwards. You're not forced to stick to that. You can continue and do it the other way and flag them that way instead, so that they're pointed rather than, okay, you see that? So that they're pointed down rather than up. So I've just taken the ends off. So now that point, oh, you can see that there. Now that points down that way. So it's more of a pointy flag. Help me with words and terminology there. Same. These, I've said this before. Again, same with these that we did earlier. cut one end, have one end round, flag the end, and again, you can work it this way, pointing in with 2, or you can do it 1 and do it as a point. 2 points or 1 point. Either way, you can do that with these. And you can do either end. You can flatten that end, or you can flatten that end. Either way, and then you can reshape. I'm going to call it reshaping. I like reshaping. Reshape the other end. Not too rounded. You can square it, you can point it, you can flag it, you can cut it with decorative scissors, whatever it is that your desire is. These, again, I've said this before, you're not forced to keep to the longness of things. So like I could, if I wanted to, make a shorter one simply by taking out the text that is in here. I cut, I smush. I cut, smush. If you like the text, but you don't like this end, cut it off. I would cut it off about there. And then you've got a nice bunch of flags. I mean, they've given you a bunch of bloody flags here. Now you've got a load more. And you could even go to there, get a load of flags, do the same amount here, and now you've got a load of bullets. You could even, if you wanted a longer one, attach this end to this end. And then you've got a header. So you could potentially get like 3 stickers out of one of these. Same as these, really. These are weird. They're mood trackers. If you don't like the mood trackers, and they're in different colors. So the idea here is that you put a little face in, a little smiley face, a frowny face, you can color it in, and you could put in a word or something that describes your mood of the day. If you don't like these, and you know, that's perfectly fine. Here's what you can do. I know, crazy. Now I've got a little appointment box. I've just got a little box. I mean, it's white, but it's better than nothing. Got a little box, and then I can use this as is. I could cut today's mood out and put that somewhere else in a different box. I could just cut today's mood out and put that in there. The other thing that I could do is wipe that out. And now I could put that, for example, in here, and it's almost like a bullet, a big bullet, but it's a bullet. The other thing that you could do, you could use these to redate your planner. Just put them on the top of your page. They pretty much fit in perfectly. Use them to redate your planner. But yeah, or cut them up into smaller bullets. Like so. Because it almost, weirdly, almost looks like a half of a button. Just me? Almost looks like half of a button. But yeah, 3 stickers there out of 1. Washi is washi. And again, you don't have to use it horizontally. You can use it vertically. You can use it diagonally. You can use it in place of a header. You could use it even if you wanted to. Let's say you didn't like this. Let's say you didn't like this I'm feeling on the top of here. You couldn't find a header that you liked. Can you find a piece of washi that you like? You take this piece of washi and put that on the top instead. Use washi as a header. You don't have to use it as just washi. Oh, and you got some coordinate. You can literally just put that straight on there. That brown one can go straight on there. But yeah. These, I love them. They speak to me. They speak to me. But if you don't like them, cut them up. You've got another piece of washi right there. Another piece of washi right there. And then you can make flags or something out of the rest of that if you don't want to use it. And again, you've got a floral piece of washi that you could use for something. Think outside. Think outside the sticker book. If these don't work, I've said this before, you like growth, but you don't like the quote, just cut that bit off. Or maybe you don't want growth, you don't want the whole thing. You don't have to use the whole thing. Just cut that off there and just use growth is uncomfortable. If the gap bothers you on this, cut, scooch it down. Scooch it down. Or maybe you want like this bit over here. and you want it horizontal, cut it, put that bit over here. You don't have to keep these quotes as they are. Don't have to keep them as they are. I like these. I mean, I would keep them as is. I don't know why you would want to cut these up, but here's the other thing that I will say. These can be used inside of a box. If you have a box and you're like, okay, I liked those boxes with the vertical text on them, or whatever the heck they were. I liked these. Do the same thing here. Put your text up the side. Remember to breathe. You have that there. You have it up the side of your box. You just have it as an accent to your box. If you like this, like the woman, but you don't like the love more, just cut that off. Put that inside of a box. Like, you know, you don't have to have the words that's there. Quotes, cut them up. If they don't work, cut them up. Oh, I don't think we can even see that because of the glare. But yeah, it says, be gracious with yourself, love more. If you don't like this little bit, cut it off. If you just want love more, cut that bit off. Use that somewhere else. Oh, you can see this one better. So that's the same quotes, but in a different color. But yeah, you can see that much better there. Allow yourself room to grow. If that doesn't work for you and you just want grow, and you're like, okay, I like grow, but I don't like this. This doesn't fit my color scheme. Put something else with it. Put something else with it. Maybe you just use grow. Maybe your color scheme is this kind of russet color, and you just put allow yourself room to, and you use letter stickers, or you letter it yourself in the same color. You don't have to stick with those colors. It will be okay. I like these. Slow down. Remember to breathe. Rest and relax. My vibe. Being a yoga teacher, let me show you this one because this one's easier to see. So it will be okay. Remember to breathe. This is the same. It's just in silver. You are okay. Cut that off. If you don't want you are okay, cut it off. Okay. Maybe you put you are, and that is your prompt in your box. You just put you are, and then you put your affirmation or something, and you letter it in your box, or you journal it in your box. You use it as a journal prompt. Hydration break. I love these. They just remind me of postcards. I don't know why they're on clear, which is the weird thing. I get these are on clear, but I don't know why these are on clear, because that's going to show through. So I would, again, this is me, if I was putting these down, if it was in this planner, and I was just putting it in the box, fine. If it was in my business planner or anything with grid or dot grid on it, like the graph or dot grid, I would put them on sticker paper first. I would put them on sticker paper first and then put them in my planner. Just so if I'm putting this one down, I can't get it off the page. Because if I put that down, you're going to see all of the stuff underneath it. If it's white underneath it, like a vertical, that's not a problem. But if it's graph, you're going to see the graph. If it's grid, you're going to see the grid. Put it on sticker paper first. Put it on sticker paper. That's why I always say, if you're going to buy anything, make it be sticker paper. Make it be sticker paper, because it's just so versatile. I like these. Check in, feeling, because check in doesn't have to be like an appointment or something. It could just be you checking in with yourself. Just you checking in with yourself. How are you feeling? That's what it's about. Checking in with yourself. If you don't like it, you've got a little arrow there that you can use in anything at all. And I would even cut that right there, right on the end of that G, so that I would have the little tiniest bullet. I hope you can see that. The little tiniest bullet to put in a box, a checklist, or something, right? But that's what I would do with those. Same as these. If you don't like the feeling, and that's you're not feeling the feeling, cut those there. You've got a checklist, a bullet list. Those are going to be a little harder because there's a longer text, but you can see there you've got a little thing of bullets. Splats. I like splats. I like to call these splats. I like splats and splatters around my page in this space, especially on my monthlies, because when you've decorated your monthly, you focus on this bit. This bit sometimes ends up a little bit, it just looks too bare. So fill this bit with it. If your currently page is more bland than this one, if it's like this one, it's a little more bland, sometimes it's nice to bring the colors that you've used on your currently page and bring them over to the divider page. So think about that too. If this is like a bland white, some of them are. Like if this was just a bland white, I don't have any bland white ones, but let's say it was this one and I was using, I don't know, let's say so this was gold and I wanted to bring some of that color over. That's what that does. Put it down here. Bring the color over into another section, especially when you have the silver, because the silver ones, honestly, they're like literally like gold dust. They're like the unicorn of Happy Planner stuff. But that's how I would use all of the stickers in the Let Your Heart Wander book. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, then hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time, my planner pals. Bye.